Good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. It's been a good one here. I appreciate all the birthday wishes this weekend. Thank you for remembering and all that kind of good stuff for those in the Discord. But yeah, let's go ahead and just dive on into things real quick. We got a little bit of a lighter week this week, especially when it comes to the earnings releases this week. There's some interesting names, but nothing market moving. But yeah, nonetheless, some interesting names like CoreWeave, Kava. You got JD and John Deere, and of course the Ape Central AMC reporting earnings. Advanced Auto. Yeah, just some interesting stuff. Nothing too crazy like Apple or Nvidia or anything like that. So that's nice. Now, when it does come to the economic calendar goes, we do have some interesting stuff coming up. Most notably, yeah, it's inflation data week. We got CPI coming out. Now, CPI, a lot of analysts out there are expecting inflation to slightly get an uptick due to tariffs. Now, if we do get an uptick on inflation, yeah, that puts things into an interesting spot as far as the Fed goes, because as we've mentioned in the past, the Fed is in this fine balancing act where they need to balance inflation staying steady or at least cooling down. And at the same time, they have to focus on job growth. And the problem with that is that we've already started to see weakening of jobs and the labor market and labor conditions. So, nonetheless, this is going to be a pretty important inflation data reading. They are expecting the year over year to come in at 2.8% from the prior 2.7%. Nothing too heavy, but nonetheless, that would be an uptick in inflation. Now, we also have retail sales and we also have consumer sentiment later on in the week, both of which are going to be important moving forward, especially when it comes to retail sales. How are consumers doing, etc. So pay attention to the data. Nothing on Monday, but Tuesday is when that inflation report comes out. Now, when it comes to the charts, there's Google sneak peek. Now, when it comes to the charts, everything's looking pretty decent here. The S&Ps have recovered quite a bit, almost fully recovered from last week's sell-off. Now, the Qs have made it into new lifetime highs and closing above, so that's pretty good. The Dow continues to struggle, has not reached all-time highs. Came close a few weeks ago and then sold off a little bit, and now we're just kind of stabilizing. So Dow continues to seek those high levels, needs to break out above 451.55 in order for that to happen. The IWM continues to move sideways ever since its lows back in April. But nonetheless, yeah, small caps, they've kind of quieted down since then. Now, when it comes to names that I'm watching this week, I am definitely keeping an eye on Tesla. We got this beautiful wedge, pennant, whatever you want to call it, setting up. Tesla did make a pretty good attempt on Friday. Didn't quite close above, but that's okay. If we can get a move above like 331, 338 zone, yeah, we could be looking for a move towards 355. Another name that I want to continue to watch is AbbVie. We do have this rising wedge setting up. Now, I'm not too sure if it's going to break up to the upside, but that is definitely something that I want to pay attention to. Of course, we could also do this number where it kind of breaks down, fails here, tightens up, and then goes. Or we could wait to see if this, let me get rid of that. Or we could wait to see if this, happens to fail where it comes down, gets tight, and then breaks down. So we're not too sure which direction this is going to go, but it is definitely on watch for next week or the next 2 weeks or so. Also want to keep an eye on General Dynamics. You got this nice rounded bottom here, maybe a little bit of a cup and handle forming right at all-time highs at 317. A breakout over 317. Yeah, we're looking for a pretty strong move possibly towards 350, 360 on that. Google, of course, we played that last week. It's still setting up really nicely. We got this one candle breakout bar on Friday. Didn't quite hit the gap fill, but we do have all-time highs at 207. Once you get a breakout over 207, it's pretty much clear blue skies from there for the Google bulls. So going to continue to keep watching that. Apple also remains on watch as it had a really strong move on Friday, beating expectations on my end at least. Hit 225, went all the way up towards 230. Now, I wouldn't be chasing right here. I'd wait for at least a little bit of a pullback, maybe a retest of 225, and then let's see if we can get a push towards that 247 250 level. So that's what I want to be watching for the week. Like I said, the S&Ps are just shy of their all-time highs. The VIX remains low down at the 15 level, so there's absolutely no fear left in the market as it sits. Of course that this can all change in a day's time or 2 days time, whoever, but yeah, VIX continues to be low, so that's good. Fear and greed index has moved back into greed. So all in all, yeah, SPY, let's see if we can crack new all-time highs over 640, 641. That looks like a good plan to me. We could draw a level here, see if we get a breakdown below that. That could signal some weakness, but nonetheless, I mean, when you look at these smaller time frames, nothing seems to be really busted anyway. So longs continue to look pretty good. Buy the dip mode, especially after Friday, continues to be in play here. So good job, market bulls. Keep riding the wave until the wave crashes. So yeah, there you go. Have a good rest of your Sunday, and we will be back at it tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.